Hi everyone, my name is Lindsay. I'm here with Sam and Ethan,
Hello. How's it going?
and today we will be pitching our business model, Kim Gym. Next slide. So what is Kim Gym? Kim Gym is a gym model designed to improve long-term member consistency through a structured 6-month onboarding program. Instead of expecting members to figure things out on their own, Kim Gym provides personalized guidance, weekly check-ins, individualized workout plans, and consistent support. Our goal is to help members build sustainable routines so that going to the gym becomes a regular part of their lifestyle, not an overwhelming task. Next slide. To better understand who experiences these struggles most, we identified several key segments who are especially vulnerable to early dropout. We have the fitness newcomers who lack knowledge and confidence, health or weight conscious individuals trying to build new habits, those returning to fitness after long breaks, busy professionals who struggle with time and routine, and athletes seeking structure or accountability. Overall, these segments represent a wide portion of the gym-going population, and they all share similar frustration points in the early phases of their fitness journeys. This reinforces that the problem is not limited to any single type of member. Next slide. Industry research clearly shows that the largest challenge for gyms occurs in the first 90 days of membership. This is when most people stop attending due to common issues such as intimidation, limited fitness knowledge, inconsistent habits, early frustration, and lack of accountability. These issues lead to high dropout rates and significant loss of revenue for gyms. But more importantly, these cancellations reflect members struggling to form routines, manage expectations, or understand what to do once they join. My own experience has reinforced this issue on a personal level. I've often struggled to attend the gym consistently, especially when I don't have a clear plan or routine. When I'm unsure what exercises to do or feel like I'm not making any progress, it becomes discouraging and easier to fall out of the habit. Recognizing that I face the same challenges many others do helps confirm that this problem is not only common, but personally relevant. Next slide. Our storyboard illustrates the journey of a newcomer to fitness, whose primary job is to improve their physical fitness and adopt an active lifestyle, ideally making gym attendance feel like a natural, enjoyable part of daily life rather than an obligation. However, as the customer begins their fitness journey, they encounter several moments of struggle that disrupt consistency and confidence. Issues such as intimidation, limited fitness knowledge, stagnant progress, and decreased motivation. These barriers frequently lead to early cancellations within the first 90 days, contributing significantly to lost potential of profits for gyms. By mapping these main points, the storyboard highlights the opportunity for Kim Gym to intervene with structured onboarding, guidance, motivation, and community support, ultimately helping newcomers build sustainable habits and long-term engagement. Next slide. To best assess if our storyboard demonstrated a sense of demand creation and switch dynamics, we asked managers and investors to evaluate our storyboard. We calculated a top two box score, which shows that our ratings reached a threshold of 70%. Next slide. Next slide. And next slide. Here are some core services Kim Gym provides to support long-term member success and offer value to the gym. The offering includes an extensive onboarding process, flexible scheduling, personalized coaching, and group exercise classes. These are supported by progress tracking through a mobile app, ensuring members receive structure, guidance, and visibility throughout their fitness journey. Next slide. We also aim to highlight the features designed to increase member motivation, confidence, and retention. Game creators include community building activities, milestone rewards, gamified fitness goals, social accountability tools, and technology-based engagement. Additionally, it emphasizes fitness education, empowering members to feel knowledgeable and capable as they develop new habits. Next slide. We categorize outcomes of success Kim Gym aims to deliver. These include functional outcomes like measurable fitness improvements, performance gains, and seamless lifestyle integration, emotional outcomes such as improved mood, greater self-confidence, and stronger motivation, and social outcomes like a sense of belonging, support networks, and opportunities for community connection. Next slide. Again, we determined if our value proposition was meaningful by asking managers and investors to evaluate our value proposition, which showed that our proposal does create value for new gym goers. Next slide. This slide visually maps out Kim Gym's proposed viable business model, showing how the core elements of the operation work together to support long-term retention. The model highlights key components such as the value proposition, target customer segment, revenue streams, cost structure, and the essential partners and activities required to deliver the Kim Gym experience. Overall, it illustrates how the business creates, delivers, and captures value through structured onboarding, personalized support, and community-driven engagement. Next slide. To best understand if our business model is viable, we again receive feedback from managers and investors who agree that our business model is appropriate to pursue. You won't pause on. Yeah.
Thanks, Lindsay. I will pick it up from Avid Step 4, where we define our value targets. At this point in the process, we are translating the voice of the customer into specific outcomes that Kim Gym needs to deliver. These targets become the guardrails for our pricing, our experience design, and the way we measure success. Here we break down these outcomes down starting with functional and emotional goals. Functionally, our members want tangible results. They want to lose weight or build muscle, adopt a healthier lifestyle, see performance gains like running faster or lifting heavier. They want access to quality equipment around the clock. Emotionally, they want better energy throughout the day, long-term motivation to stay in shape, and more confidence. On the right, you can see how many of these are currently tolerated or unacceptable in a typical gym experience, which is exactly the gap Kim Gym is designed to close. There's also a big social dimension. Newcomers want a support system that actually helps them hit their goals. They want a real relationship with people who can encourage them and hold them accountable. And they want to feel like they belong in the fitness community instead of feeling like outsiders. Right now, these social outcomes are mostly in the tolerated or unacceptable zone, which means there's a huge upside for a gym that can truly deliver on community. This slide maps the logic of progress for a new member. We start with motivation to enroll, then a kickoff phase. And eventually we want them to reach the core job of establishing a routine and maintaining attendance. Around that core are the moments where things can fall apart. Frustration, scheduling conflicts, decreased engagement, breaking points, and so on. Our goal is to support members at each of these steps so they can move smoothly from initial motivation to a stable long-term habit. Based on those outcomes and job steps, step 5 is our demand creation strategy for social value. Instead of just selling access to weights and treadmills, Kim Gym creates value by how we impact the community and how we help people grow as humans, not only as gym members. This visual shows our social dynamic business model. Kim Gym sits at the center, connected to members, partners, and the local community. We're not just a standalone facility. We collaborate with wellness partners, local organizations, digital platforms to amplify impact. That network lets us provide more resources to members while also sending value back into the community. We think about social value in 2 big buckets. First is do not harm. That means minimizing our environmental footprint, running on an eco-friendly facility, and partnering with groups like city parks or restoration nonprofits where members can volunteer. Those partners can share resources in exchange for donations and visibility, which supports long-term sustainability in the gym. Second is increase human potential. That is where we empower members' health and confidence and make the space inclusive. We do this with inclusive equipment, partnership, and organizations that support marginalized groups, and programming that makes everyone feel welcome. That expands our target segment and differentiates Kim Gym from a traditional gym that mainly focus on aesthetics. All of that rolls into our value positioning strategy. In most markets, people pay somewhere around $40 to $70 a month for a membership, plus another $40 to $70 per personal training session. Our standard membership starts at $45 a month, but the cost drops by $5 each month during the 6-month onboarding program. So the 6th month is effectively free. After the onboarding period, members lock in a lifetime rate of $34.99 per month. So we're delivering more support and social value than a typical gym while actually undercutting the long-term price. Step 6 is where we turn those value targets into concrete solutions prototype. We tested a set of attributes that together create a high-touch, retention-focused experience for newcomers. The first attribute is smart scheduling. Newcomers are often juggling work, school, and family. Our scheduling system matches members with ideal class times and coaching sessions, sends reminders, and makes it easy to reschedule. The idea is to remove the I do not have time barrier and help them stay consistent with minimal friction. Second is personalized coaching. Instead of throwing people into machines and letting them figure it out, Every member gets a tailored plan and regular check-ins. Coaches track progress, adjust the program, and help members navigate soreness, plateaus, or intimidation. This directly supports those function outcomes like performance improvements and emotional outcomes like confidence. Third, we embed community challenges. These are team-based or friendly competitive events that encourage members to show up and stay engaged. Challenges can be step counts, strength milestones, or participation streaks. The important thing is that they create social accountability and make the gym feel fun and inclusive rather than intimidating. Fourth is an inclusive onboarding experience. From day one, members can get a guided tour on introduction to the app, clear explanation of equipment and class options. We also highlight accommodations for different ability levels and body types, so people feel like they belong here from the start instead of feeling judged or lost. Finally, we added sustainable dashboard. Members can see the positive environment impact of the gym such as energy savings from regenerative cardio equipment or contributions to local volunteer projects. This connects individual workouts to a bigger purpose, which is especially motivating for the segment that cares about social and environmental impact. Once we had the prototype, step 7, which is to test whether these attributes actually created differential value. We ran a conjoint style survey where participants evaluated different bundles of these features and prices so we could see which combination they would really choose. This slide summarizes the survey results. The big takeaway is that customers do see clear differences between options. Features like smart scheduling, personalized coaching, and a strong sense of community constantly pull the ratings up. Even the sustainability and onboarding elements added meaningful value rather than being nice to have extra. Overall, the pattern here tells us our concept resonates and that our members are willing to trade off against price to get a more supportive experience. Step 8 zooms out from the features to the full business model. We tested how changes in each attribute would affect preference share for Kim versus more traditional offerings. Smart scheduling. For smart scheduling, you can see we having a flexibility, easy to use system significantly boosts preference for Kimjin compared to basic sign up page. When scheduling is clunky, people shy away from committing. With personalized coaching, preference jumps again. Members clearly value access to a coach who knows their goals and history. Removing that coaching piece pushes our concept much closer to a generic gym. Community challenges also have the needle. When members know they will be part of ongoing challenges and events, they're more likely to choose Kimjin because it feels engaging rather than lonely. Sustainability and social impact may not be the single biggest driver, but they still add value. For the part of the market cares about the environment and impact on community contribution, this attribute helps us stand out from competitors who ignore these issues. A strong onboarding experience is another important driver. When new members know they will get guided support and education up front, they're more comfortable committing to a 6-month journey. Finally, transparent pricing reinforces trust. The simple 6-month glide path to a lower lifetime rate is much more attractive than complicated fees or surprise charges. That clarity pairs well with our retention focus. Putting all this together, this chart shows the relative importance of each attribute in driving choice. You can see that the heavy hitters are the core experience elements like scheduling, coaching, onboarding, and transparent pricing, with community and sustainability still playing meaningful supportive roles. This gives us data-backed roadmap for where to invest first if resources are limited. When we run these important weights for a market simulation, we see that most respondents prefer Kim Jim's 6-month onboarding program over more traditional gym packages. That tells us our strategy is effective at focusing on long-term retention rather than short-term signups. If we execute on these attributes, we're positioned to convert newcomers into loyal members instead of losing them in the first 90 days. From here, we move into later added steps around ecosystem risks, operational requirements, which my friend Sam will walk through.
All right, Ethan, appreciate it. So I'm just going to go over our ecosystem map. So here we have our map. At the top in green, we have our 6-month starter path solution. And our partners that will be required for that is fitness tracking information system, as well as smartphone application to basically help integrate our new members and track their progress. And at the bottom, we have Complimenter 1, which is our 24-hour facility, and our Complimenter 2, which is our rewards incentive program. So our supplier for Complimenter 1 is our fitness equipment, which we need for our facility naturally, as well as our regenerative cardio equipment for Complimenter 1. And then our supplier for Complimenter 2 is going to be our merchandise slash supplement supplier, and that's going to basically give us uh, the merchandise we need to incentivize our members when they accomplish their goals. And then at the top, after our 6-month starter plan, we have our staff members and our personal trainers who will deliver our solution to our new gym members. So when it comes to risks involved with this ecosystem, we have moderate risks when it comes to our information system, as well as our regenerative equipment. And then we have high risks when it comes to our staff members and our personal trainers. All right, so when it comes to co-innovation risks, our regenerative equipment, basically with its uniqueness, has a lot of potential to break, which will be harder to fix in contrast to normal equipment. Excuse me. And when it comes to our fitness tracking information system, obviously, the essence of our business relies on tracking our uh, new members' information, which we need. And when it comes to adaptation chain risks, personal instructors need all this equipment to obviously help our new members attain their goals. And then our staff members also need our information systems to input their information as well. So to essentially mitigate these risks when co-innovation solutions, we plan on partnering up with equipment suppliers through proper vetting, and that way it'll lower the possibility of high maintenance costs with our equipment, especially with our regenerative equipment. And then when it comes to our information tracking system, everything with our business model requires a human touch of some sort. So obviously we're going to generate a standardized questionnaire for our staff members to ask our new members. And then when it comes to mitigating adoption change solutions, our personal trainers will be obviously certified through the National Academy of Sports Medicine. So that way they can be properly trained, and then they'll require our new members to check in with them on a weekly basis to make sure that they're progressing through their fitness goals. And then our staff members, again, human touch is required for this. So we take somewhat of a psychological approach to interviewing and getting to know our new members on a personal level. And then going into step 10, specifying operational requirements to launch. So here we have a snippet of our Excel spreadsheet where we basically map out the target values, the capabilities that Kim Jim will provide to our new members, and then the required partners that will be needed to execute our mission. So some examples include a member that wants to lose 10 to 15 pounds. Our solution will be to provide hybrid coaching as well as nutritional tips, and then guidance from our personal trainers, and then the required internal partners and key partners and all that stuff include our training coaches and then our information systems to input all that information to track properly. All right, so to end things off, to kind of circle things back, as mentioned before, a lot of gyms miss out on long-term growth, about 25 to 95% of potential increase in profits due to new members quitting their membership within the first 90 days. So the essence of our business is focusing on retention over acquisition. And in doing so, we create a long-term stream of revenue as the customer stays loyal and then generates more loyalty through word of mouth and things of that nature. So that is what value Kim Jim brings to our shareholders. So on behalf of my team, we'd like to thank you for taking the time to listen, and we hope to hear your feedback. Thank you.